Hello students, welcome back to Business and Entrepreneurship Education Grade 9. In our last lesson, we have learned about supply. In today's video, you will learn about movement and shift of the supply curve. Learning objectives. At the end of this unit, you should be able to show an understanding of movement and shift in the supply curve. Movement along the supply curve. The factor which causes a movement in the supply curve is a change in price of the product itself. The supply curve can move upwards or downwards. Upward movement along the supply curve. The supply curve will move upwards when there is a rise in price. Example of upward movement along the supply curve. A rise in price from 40 rupees to 50 rupees will cause a rise in supply from 60 units to 80 units. Therefore, there is a movement along the supply curve from point A to point B. This is an upward movement. As you can see, there is an upward movement from point A to point B in the supply curve. As prices increases from 40 to 50 and quantity supplied increases from 60 to 80 units. Now you can take some minutes to work out this question. Using the following supply schedule, draw a supply curve to show the upward movement along the supply curve. Downward movement along the supply curve. The supply curve will move downwards when there is a fall in price. Example of downward movement along the supply curve. A fall in price from 30 rupees to 20 rupees will cause a decrease in supply from 60 units to 50 units. Therefore, there is a movement along the supply curve from point A to point B. This is a downward movement. As you can see, there is a downward movement from point A to point B as prices decreases from 30 to 20 rupees and quantity supplied decreases from 60 to 50 units. Review and sum up. Using the following supply schedule, draw a supply curve to show the downward movement along the supply curve. Shift of the supply curve. The factors which cause a shift in the supply curve are the other factors. They are cost of production, technology, climate, and taxes. The supply curve can shift to the right or to the left. Cost of production. When cost of production falls, suppliers will be encouraged to produce more. Effect on supply. Therefore, quantity supplied of commodities will increase, causing the supply curve to shift to the right. For example, when the cost of raw materials falls, cost of production will fall and the supply curve will shift to the right. As you can see, the supply curve has shifted from S to S1, that is, from point A to point B. Be careful, price does not change. Review and sum up. Draw a supply curve to show how more swimming suits will be supplied in summer. Technology. When businesses make use of advanced technology, this will facilitate production and make it more efficient. Hence, this will increase supply and shift the supply curve to the right. Climate. During different seasons, the supply of seasonal products will not be the same. Effect on supply. Hence, in summer, suppliers producing winter boots will decrease production. The supply curve shifts to the left. For example, supply of winter boots in summer will decrease. As you can see, the supply curve has shifted from S to S1, that is, from point A to point B. Be careful, price does not change. Taxes. Another factor causing the supply curve to shift to the left is when there is a rise in taxes charged on products. Now, you can draw a supply curve to show how an increase in taxes on sport cars will affect the supply curve. Equilibrium point. What is equilibrium point? Equilibrium point is where the demand curves and the supply curves meet each other. It is a state of balance. To draw the demand and the supply curves, the demand and the supply schedules will be used. Quantity demanded will be equal to quantity supplied. Let us see an example of how to draw the demand and the supply curves to show the equilibrium point. Demand and supply schedule for Candyfloss Enterprise. When price is 10, quantity demanded is 100 and quantity supplied is 75. When price is 20, quantity demanded is 85 and quantity supplied is 85. When price is 30, quantity demanded is 70 and quantity supplied is 90. And when price is 40, quantity demanded is 55 and quantity supplied is 100. Let us see how to draw the demand and the supply curve. As you can see, 0 is the point of origin. Y-axis is the price. X-axis is quantity traded in units. DD is the demand curve. SS is the supply curve. And E is the equilibrium point. The equilibrium price is 20 rupees. and the quantity traded is 85 units. The E is the equilibrium point where it shows the equilibrium price, also known as market price, and quantity traded of commodities on the market. Here are some additional materials that you can use for further information. Well, we have reached the end of this video. Keep watching for more videos. For the time being, it's a goodbye from me.